Look, he's a great example to, I think football's a great, it reflects life. And Brett Kirk's a great example of that. You know, if you talk to people, no matter what endeavour they do, or whether it's school kids, or we go and talk to people at BHP or the Commonwealth Bank or whatever it might be, what do you talk about? You know, you talk about maximising your potential, you know, working as hard as you possibly can, you know, getting the best out of yourself. And when you see the other side to that is when you see guys that are so much more talented than Kirky that don't produce anywhere near, that's what makes you frustrating, because you do realise that athletically, Kirky's an elite runner, so he's got he's got one really good strength, you know, in terms of his athleticism. So that's probably a little bit undersold, but I take your point. I mean, he's just fantastic. What he's been able to achieve is extraordinary, and it's a great lesson to our players. And I think that's why, you know, we love him so much, because he's great for me as a coach to be able to use him as an example. I mean, we talked about some of the players before. You know, Bernie Quinlan, he was a phenomenal athlete, a great player. Gary Wilson was a great athlete. Paul Kelly was a great athlete. So sometimes when you're using those guys as an example, people say, "Oh, gee, well, I'm not as good athlete as Bernie Quinlan, or I'm not as good athlete as Paul Kelly." But when you're using Brett Kirk as an example, it's hard for someone to say, "Well, I'm not faster than Brett Kirk." You know, so he's a great player, great person, but also a great, you know, ally to have for a senior coach.